Hi folks, this is a quick tutorial to show you how to make sure that attendance is not getting factored into your course grade for English 121. As you know, we are not grading for attendance. Course attendance by students cannot be factored into their final course grade. We can't deduct points. We can't, and shouldn't, fail students for not attending class. Those grades should be earned in other ways. So to make sure that your attendance, that students' attendance, is not being factored into the overall course grade, there are a couple of options you can do to make sure it ends up being worth 0% of the course. So the first thing is, when you first take attendance in class, Canvas will generate this roll call bar. Generally, it gets placed into the assignment section or homework or something else. So you might see that it says roll call is placed up here with assignments. So what you can do is to create a new assignment group. So up here in Canvas, click assignment group, call it attendance. Make sure that it is weighed 0% of the full course, and then you will drag that attendance bar or that roll call bar down into the attendance portion of your class, and it's weighted as 0%. It still will say 100 points, which is fine because the overall course grade is 0, or the weight, excuse me, the overall course weight is 0. So leaving it at 100 points here can actually help students because they start to see the numbers tick down if they miss too many classes or as they miss classes or are late, etc. But ultimately, it doesn't affect the course grade. So that's one way to make sure that attendance isn't affecting anything grade-wise. The other thing to do would be to, instead of moving it to its own attendance section, you could leave it in assignments or homework or wherever it is, but then you would need to change the percentage, or sorry, it's the points that it's worth to 0. So if you change it to 0 points, it takes out a score. Students won't necessarily see a change in the score based on when they're late or attend, but it will certainly make sure that that doesn't get added to the overall course grade. I prefer to have it as its own category, again, leaving it with the points so students can kind of monitor. They can get a sense of, wait, was I there? Was I not there? But ultimately, as I've said, and as we are following for our division rules, we are not going to grade for attendance. So please make sure that you fix that in your Canvas site. Make sure that students are not earning points or losing points simply based on attendance. If you have any questions, as usual, let us know. Thanks.